Y'all keep saying when Keefe D saw Sean Puffy Combs at the Peterson Automotive Museum the night Biggie was killed, that Puffy told him that the FBI was on him, and he had heat on him, so he didn't want to be seen with Keefe D. But y'all forget, Keefe D was with him earlier that day at a celebrity basketball game. Did Keefe D ask for his money then? Let's get into some of this straight game.
Life is like cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY, Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, notification. Also, subscribe to the channel. And like I always say, if you want to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of this straight game, please do me a favor and click on what appears to be that little bell notification right below this video. I'm going to get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I did a video the other day in which it was basically trying to get you to think outside of what you already thought you knew. And in regards to that, what I was asking was, why didn't Keefe D ask Sean Puffy Combs for his money that night at the Peterson Automotive Museum? And basically what everybody came back and said was, he asked Puffy, tried to talk to Puffy, and Puffy told him that the FBI was watching him, right? Yeah, that did happen, but you still missed the point. And you said, well, DELRAY, well, what's the point? You missed the point, in fact, that Keefe D, and if you want to deal with that, earlier that day, Keefe D was invited to a celebrity basketball game by Sean Puffy Combs. Right? That's the same night that Biggie died. And Keefe D also was invited to the Peterson Automotive Museum by Sean Puffy Combs, according to Keefe D. Right? So now, since you wanted, or since most people wanted to go with the theory that, oh, he did try to talk to Puffy and somehow, some way, Puffy told him about the FBI situation. Okay. But why did Keefe D show up? According to Keefe D, why did he show up to the Peterson anyway? Not only because he was invited, but he had asked Sean Puffy Combs a specific question according to Keefe D. And that question had pertained to whether Little C's needed extra security, whether Biggie needed extra security, or whether Sean Puffy Combs needed extra security, from which Keefe D basically said that he had been providing from time to time to Sean Puffy Combs, right? And that's when Sean Puffy Combs allegedly, according to Keefe D, said, "Nah, man, I'm hot. I got the heat on me. The FBI watching me," and so on and so forth, right? Right. The question that y'all did not ask yourself, according to Keefe D, up until recent, and I'll say it again, and I'm going to give you two locations so that you understand where I'm actually coming from, because it was the quick out was given, Sean Puffy said that the FBI was watching him. But the fact of the matter is, Keefe D, number one, saw Sean Puffy Combs earlier that day at a celebrity basketball game. And I'm going to ask you once again, Keefe D didn't ask him for his money? This is 6 months later after 2Pac was murdered. And according Keefe D, you know, the alleged hit was put on 2Pac and Suge by Puffy for $1 million, right? It's 6 months later. Before you even get to the Peterson Automotive Museum, according to Keefe D, Keefe D was invited to a celebrity basketball game by Sean Puffy Combs, and then on that same day at the basketball game was also invited to the Peterson Automotive Museum. So that's 2 times in one night. The same day that Biggie got killed, right? And what I'm asking is this, and this is the question that nobody really asked Keefe D. Did you ask Sean Puffy Combs for your money, right, while they were at the Peterson? What I said the other day. But now, since everybody seemed to come up with the FBI theory, right? Did Keefe D ask Sean Puffy Combs for his $1 million earlier that day at the celebrity basketball game? Right? Not only that, but when Keefe D came to the Peterson Automotive Museum, Keefe D had on his mind, listen, he said he asked Sean Puffy Combs, did they need security? Any more help with security? Now, why would Keefe D be trying to solicit himself or whoever he was with as a mechanism for security, right, to the very person that Keefe D says owes him $1 million or $500,000? Think about that for a minute. I'm not trying to offer you nothing, and you owe me $500,000 or $1 million. I just want to know where my money at. Because like I said, up until recently, Keefe D was saying, Puffy, can you throw me a bone? You know, brother love, can you give me something? Brother love, show me some love. And all of these other things that he had stated on the Art of Dialogue, and, you know, on Vlad, but mainly on the Art of Dialogue, right? So now, I'm asking, and I'm going to ask again. Earlier that day, on March 9th, right? 1997, Keefe D saw Puffy Combs, according to him, at the celebrity basketball game. That's one opportunity to ask for your $1 million, right? When asked by Greg Kading, you know, what did you talk about when you were at this Peterson Automotive Museum? Keefe D said, I was just trying to see if they needed more security. Okay, cool. He said he asked Puffy and them did they need some more security. Puffy told him the heat was on the FBI and so on and so forth. Okay. So there's 2 opportunities to ask for Keefe D's, you know, his alleged $1 million, right? Now, but he doesn't ask for the $1 million according to what he told Greg Kading and according to what was in the proffer agreement. Keefe D asked if Puffy would need more security. Did he need more security that night? Y'all understand what I'm saying? And so when people try to, like I said, once again, you got to take in all the information and then break it down and then compare that to what the person has been saying as of late. And like I said, Keefe D's whole argument was, Puffy ain't never give me no money. He ain't never look out for me. He ain't never do this. He didn't never do that, right? That was what Keefe D kept on saying. Can brother love show me some love? But once again, on those 2 occasions, 6 months after the alleged hit had been done and attempted, and they were successful in killing 2Pac, right? Unsuccessful in killing Suge Knight, who was in jail for violation at that particular time. The question is, did Keefe D ask Sean Puffy Combs for his money at the celebrity basketball game or at the Peterson Automotive Museum? But like I said, most of y'all were quick to say, well, Puffy said that, the FBI was watching him, so that still doesn't answer the question. Nobody asked that question. Right? But like I said, Keefe D had been, so once again, these are the questions that have not been asked. And like I said, when people think that they can come up with some kind of reason as to why not, I'm not dealing with what I think. This is not about what I think. I'm dealing with what Keefe D said. Right? What Keefe D said and what he actually said happened, and not what he said, but more importantly, what he didn't say. Not what he asked, but more importantly, what he didn't ask, which was the catalyst or the thing that was supposed to kick it all off was, the meeting at Greenblatt's and, the $1 million, and I need these guys taken care of. I'll give anything for these guys to be, these are all Keefe D's words. So I'm saying 6 months after 2Pac was killed, Suge is now in jail for violation, for that whole situation. Keefe D sees, is invited by Sean Puffy Combs to a celebrity basketball game, right? Does Keefe D ask Sean Puffy Combs for his money? That same night, Keefe D allegedly says Sean Puffy Combs invited him to the vibe party. I'm asking again, 2 times in one day, did Keefe D ask Sean Puffy Combs for his money? The only thing that we can confirm from Keefe D, not from me, is that Keefe D said that he asked Sean Puffy Combs would he need more security. And for me, logically thinking, that would be the last thing that's on my mind if you owe me $1 million. So did Keefe D get paid or not? That's the question. Like I said, once again, the narrative has been ran with this Zip got the money, the FBI told Keefe D that Zip got the money, and so on and so forth. Nobody's been able to prove that. Nobody's been able to prove that. But for the person who has admitted to being in the car, to handing off the gun, to doing all of these things, to receiving phone calls from Puffy right after it was done, and Puffy asking him, was that y'all that did that, was responsible for the situation of 2Pac being shot and Suge being shot at in Las Vegas on September 7th, 1996? For the guy that's been telling us all of these things, right? I'm asking, on those 2 occasions in the same day, did Keefe D ask for his money? Because according to Keefe D, all he asked him was, y'all need some extra help with security. Extra help with security. And you supposedly get $1 million, supposed to be owed $1 million or $500,000 for the situation involving 2Pac. But he's asking Sean Puffy Combs about being hired for security. That's what I'm trying to ask. That's the question that nobody never asked. And then on top of that, when Greg Kading asked in this statement, have you ever tried to reach out to Zip or Puffy? He said, yeah. He said, but I ain't never been able to reach him. He said, and if Puffy would have gave me at least half the money, right? I would have kept quiet. And so I'm asking the question, because Keefe D said what it seems like to me as he never got a chance to ask Puffy that. But he seen him 6 months after 2Pac got shot at the Peterson Automotive Museum and at the celebrity basketball game. But only thing he could ask him at the Peterson was if he needed some extra security. So help me out. I'm just trying to, figure it out. And if you can understand what I'm saying, that's the I would say the $1 million question, right? So for the people that have been offering up this thing in regards to, well, he said that Puffy, couldn't talk because the FBI was on him. You so generously forgot that they were together earlier that day at a celebrity basketball game. Right? And also the question that was asked when he said that he admitted talking to Puffy, what he asked him. Right? So what do you think, guys? Do you think he was paid the $500,000 or the $1 million or not? Your boy DELRAY, straight game.